teaching parents that special education is not a place, it's a set of programs and skills and services that are given to students with challenges in order to allow them access to the general education curriculum. So with the proposed standards, it really focuses and hones in on being able to identify students' unique challenges and strengths, and then tailor the program to their unique needs. Students are general education students first, so these standards to me are really robust and comprehensive. They provide the skills that would be necessary for all students to access the general education curriculum. And we really want to move away from placing students based on an eligibility category. We want to place them based on their unique strengths, really focusing on their strengths, and really focusing on their unique needs, and then tailoring a program to that. And I believe just working through the standards, the proposed standards, that this will really allow for educators to come out with that comprehensive knowledge and foundational skills to be able to teach all learners, not just learners with autism or learners with cognitive impairment, but all learners. One of the things that we saw after the pandemic was that a lot of students came back with social and behavioral challenges when they came back into in-person learning, and teachers were not prepared, and not to any fault of their own, but this was something that none of us had, encountered before. These new strategies implement that type of learning so that they're able to help those students get what they need without removing them from the classroom, without segregating them, but really having those skills to be able to teach those students as well. I think it lends itself to an inclusive learning environment, which parents like myself really worry about. We don't want our children to be separated from their typically developing peers. There's so much learning that goes on when they're included that it's really important that we give our teachers and our related service providers the skills and knowledge and support that they need to be prepared to teach our learners. As a parent myself, I have a 20-year-old son who has had an IEP since he was 3 years old. I've watched him, struggle with learning skills to be able to now attend a young adult program in our district and work a job part-time and do things that we were initially told he would not be able to do. I also have a younger son who has an IEP as well, and he is blossoming with a very robust program. I think one of the things that parents are most concerned about, especially when their student first starts receiving special education services, is that they are somehow alienated, that they're going to be segregated, that they may not necessarily receive the education that they need. So it's sort of a double-edged thing. They want them to be engaged with their typically developing peers, but they also want them to be able to receive the specialized instruction if that's what they need.